Well, hold on a second, guys. It is time for everyone's favorite Let me just do this properly. It's time for everyone's favorite segment. You guys know what it is. It is Dave Meltzer's dumb moment of the week. So I don't have a traditional Dave Meltzer dumb moment of the week because I fired through a bunch of the ones I had bookmarked off on the live show. And this Raw was so phenomenal with the ending with the Cody and the Rock there. And then they had the tremendous Ricochet match with JD McDonough, which if Ospreay's the GOAT, then Meltzer better gave that match 7 stars, right? So with how great that Raw was, Meltzer's been fucking radio silent. Where has he been? There's no Meltzer said what? That account's dry. He's posting shit about hockey games. There's nothing about fucking Meltzer right now. He's just silent because he's right now constructing and formulating how he's going to try and shit on this Raw. I know that's what he's doing. I don't know if, oh no, his paper just doesn't come out yet. Shut the fuck up, okay? Where's Dave? Where's the tweets? Where's the schmarmy tweet? I don't see him. No one's posting them. No one's tagging me and shit like normal because he's gone radio. He's gone radio silent. So this isn't a traditional one, but this is a Dave Meltzer dummy moment of the week by proxy via Kenny Omega. So Kenny Omega was here on this stream and he just flat out says, and this is AIR Gold, who's one of the biggest goofballs. We don't got to air him out or plug him. I guess I just did, but so Kenny Omega criticizes Meltzer's 5-star rating matches of his own matches and other matches that he didn't personally really like, and he cites Kurt Angle as being his GOAT and being who he thinks is the best ever and who inspired him. Meanwhile, Kenny Omega has more 5-star matches than fucking Kurt Angle. John Moxley has more 5-star matches than fucking Kurt Angle, who Dave Meltzer's GOAT thinks is the GOAT. So let's just listen to Kenny talk here.
Sometimes you might see a match that is being highly praised. And people may even say 5, 6 stars, whatever. Or like, hey, this is for sure the match of the year, or this is a match of the year candidate. And every time I hear that, you always have to sort of tread softly a little bit, because for someone like me who's seen a lot of wrestling but doesn't necessarily enjoy watching everything all the time.
Oh, wait. Oh, is Kenny Omega casual? Oh, you can't fuck a casual. Fuck a casual, bro. Oh, Kenny's a casual. Oh my God. Do you hear? Kenny's a casual, guys. Oh my God. Oh my
He's
God.
playing video games with Yoko Ono.
Oh my God, guys. Like, this is what I mean. These gatekeeping. He's going to WWE. He's going to WWE, bro. Dave and Tony are now just all over Ospreay's balls. Kenny's like, fuck it, I'm out. I'm going with Cody.
Is this the guy who Mike thinks is going to WWE? Is it
Well,
Kenny?
he said it. Well, Mike said it
hysterically funny.
That would be hysterical. But Mike Santana thinks it's someone who's already there. It's someone going back to WWE. So Kenny never was.
Of course,
yeah. So people go, oh, he was in the system. No, dude, he was in like Heartland Wrestling. So he was in like he wasn't even in like OVW or FCW. He was in like the offshoot, whatever. Anyways, though, let's keep playing this. So Kenny's a casual, which is shout out Kenny, bro. Shout out Kenny. You're a normal guy.
I accidentally, it's not intentional, but I catch things that irk me as a performer. And one of the things that irk me is when you see guys that are throwing fluff in between going from point A to point B. And
guys, even just what he said right there, this is why I make the argument Kenny would be great in WWE. It's when I watch Kenny wrestle, to me, I feel like he's almost forcing a fast-paced style to try and entertain those fans, and that he doesn't need. That's when I watch him wrestle, I feel like he's forcing that fast-paced style he does. I feel like he would be way better at stopping, pointing, whipping the hair back, doing the flip, selling, because he does that in his matches, but you can tell he's just doing the fast-paced shit like just to entertain those fans, which is great. It's great.
It's great.
But it's not conducive of like a long-term career, let's say. Not even that. I mean, Kenny had a long career, let's be honest. But it's just even him just saying that little thing, like people throwing in fluff. Exactly. In WWE, you don't fluff, you sell. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Two things I'll say on that. One, I completely agree with you on the faster work style. And clearly his body is not keeping up anymore. So he's got to think about that in his long-term plans. Secondly, when I hear Kenny talk like this, I'm interested. This guy speaks well. Like, I'm engaged with what he's saying. And I wonder where that guy is when he's like cutting those and absolutely ropey promos when he stood there in like, a fucking tracksuit looking like he can't be arsed being there.
Yeah,
It's like, if he spoke like this with a bit more authenticity and a bit more, because he is naturally quite charismatic, I'd be much more interested in his output, quite frankly, and just hearing him talk here, man, I'm into it. I like it.
Yeah, and I don't want to say I hope he's doing well, I just hope he's doing well. He looks kind of exhausted here, but I mean, I don't know him, so I'm just talking out of my ass. But Hairline, you're on the fucking Omega to WWE train, hey?
Man, it's gonna be great. Yeah, I don't know because you saw I sent you that post of like Cena. Not that I guess X-Files me, huh?
What, you want to? Okay, let me X-Files it.
Truth is out there. Yeah, I think he's coming to fucking Kenny Omega is gonna come to WWE and wrestle John Cena. Boom.
Oh shit, dude. When would that happen if you had to just throw some bullshit out there?
SummerSlam.
This SummerSlam. Oh shit. Because
SummerSlam.
yeah, at a SummerSlam, dude. That would be insane. Omega versus Cena would break the fucking internet, dude. And it would break the minds of like if Kenny leaves, the AEW's done. Like, and same with people are saying, oh, MJF, but I was on Toonie Talk Wrestling last night, and they were all like, dude, MJF needs to go to NXT if he goes to WWE, which is pretty harsh, but it's fucking true. Like, but he's not going to WWE for a while. But pardon me,
Yeah,
Kenny though, he would just go main roster because he's like 40. You just everyone knows who he is. They do his animations in their video games and shit. Like everyone knows who the fuck he is, dude. So they would just have to bring him over, have him do like he would just wrestle on pay-per-views, for like a year or two, go into the WWE Hall of Fame. He should do it. People are no, he wouldn't take criticism. He wouldn't learn how to fucking. He would, bro. He'd slow. All they would tell him is, you know what to do. Just slow the fuck down and sell. And he would go, oh, thank God. His body would go, oh, thank God.
Why didn't you say that sooner?
I don't know if I should say names or not, but I
Meltzer.
was on Twitter.
Meltzer.
And I had seen.
He says, I don't know if I should say names or not. Meltzer.
Something recent from New Japan. And it said, hey, congratulations on this match. It got 5 stars from Dave Meltzer. And I thought, wow, geez, this guy got 5. And accompanied to this post was like a clip of the match. I started watching the match from this clip. So this is a highlight of the match. This is a highlight. So this is like the best stuff of the match. And I'm noticing this sort of the deer in headlights, slow motion, throwing fluff because my mind is eternally thinking and I need to remember what's happening next. But then we get to the part that's next, and it was really good, and the moves were done really hard, and I did them as hard as I could, and it looked like it hurt a lot. Okay. So what?
Kenny's one of us, dude. Let's fucking go. I told you guys. I told everybody, man. Kenny's the shit, dude. Kenny's the fucking man, dude. I told you guys. He's a real one.
You know that contextualizes. Remember when there was that staff meeting where he said, I wouldn't have hired 80% of you?
Bro, there you fucking go, man. There you go. Come on, man.
Thanks.
To me, that takes me out of it. And in a lot of cases,
and this is what I mean, Kenny in WWE during a lot of those spots where he just, because people might go, Kenny, that's what you do. No, but really watch. He's trying so hard to sell, and that's why he's selling kind of cheesy. Okay, I'm breaking this down on such a molecular level, but trust me on this. His selling comes across a little cheesy because he fucking is trying to really accentuate what he could do. WWE would give him 10 to 30 seconds to sell what he had, or like a minute to sell what he has to sell in fucking like 2 or 5 seconds to get to the next move, and so like in AEW style, and that's so he comes across a little cheesy because he's trying to really get across what, like, that's how I look at Kenny. I just feel like he's a guy who needs to be in WWE. I just truly believe they'd turn him into the biggest star, man. And it's a shame he's not going to go until later in his like career, but he gets it. And maybe it's his older age, whatever, but I'm telling you, man, it's like he forces himself to do that super fast paced, don't sell. Like he really is. And it's not that he doesn't enjoy it. Like everyone enjoys that shit. But I feel like he does get it, but he just, and some people say that makes it worse. Oh, well, if they get it and then they still do it the shitty way, that makes it worse. And I can see that perspective too. But I'm just saying, I've always put Kenny over. He should go to WWE. I've always said it. But here he just starts agreeing with, he listens to the podcast confirmed.
I think performers do, unfortunately. And I don't think they're even cognizant of it. The performers sometimes go, we know that fans don't expect this to look like a fight, an actual tussle. And we know that they're going to be very lenient, and they understand that we need to go from place to place and we need to do it safely. And we need to make sure that we have our footing. We need to make sure that we're both ready for what's next. And I think that aspect, the in-between stuff, has really been lost over the years.
Dude, what have I just been saying? Before he even said, I didn't watch this before, I swear to God. Before he even said it, I'm going, it's the in between. Like to me, I feel like he's being rushed in those moments. And now he's basically saying what the fuck I was just, the way I interpret Kenny. So I feel like there's a large portion of people out there who do interpret Kenny the way I do and see and identify that in him. And just watch out for it next time. It's just that he's really trying to get over what's going on because he cares about those details, man, because that's what matters. That's what sells the match. Selling. There's a reason why it's called selling, guys. It's a reason why selling in the match is called selling. Okay? Fuck, man. We've come so far from where wrestling once was,
So when I see very terrible in-between stuff,
boom,
and the match is predominantly just a match where guys are doing moves really hard to each other,
boom,
I can't lie, it doesn't impress me. Like I don't.
Well, Kenny doesn't like real wrestling. Kenny's a casual. He doesn't like real wrestling. He doesn't like sports-based wrestling. Do you hear that, guys? Kenny Omega doesn't like sports-based wrestling. He doesn't like it. Oh no, cancel him now.
You can reach for.
Hey, we got Okada now.
On my scale. So for any of those types of matches in 2024 to receive 5 stars, saying that, hey, this is culturally significant to professional wrestling.
Right. See? Whoa, hold on. Kenny dropping bombs. Holy shit. Hold on a second. The 5 stars has to have some sort of cultural impact. Dave Meltzer gives Hogan versus Rock 3 stars and shits all over it. Oh, if you play it on mute, they did nothing. That's what makes the match greater than a match where they have to do a babillion things to get a 5 stars, where they have to kill themselves and do all these crazy ass moves. That's why that match is 5 stars. That's what Kenny just said right here. That a match that had made a movement that is a cultural, whatever the fuck Kenny just said. He agrees, guys. Oh, guess what? He likes sports entertainment. He disagrees with you fucking toxic marks, and he disagrees with you, Dave Meltzer. Period, point blank, right there, dude.
He's made a movement, started a movement, continued a movement.
This is your boy.
Get out of here. Go fly a kite, suck on a lemon. There's no way. And there's too many of these that have been handed out.
And there's too many of these being handed out. He goes on to say in the same interview, the same
you might
appearance,
see
that Kurt Angle was his favorite wrestler. I must have removed the clip, or I forgot to bookmark it. But you guys, just your thoughts on that. I'm ranting and raving. Kenny listens to PWT confirmed. Meltzer in the mud.
I have several things to say about this. Right. So yeah, I am. So I saw just after this that Kenny started writing his own match reviews. And I actually I wouldn't be able to find it now because I'm on the air, but it was actually better than anything David wrote, which is also hysterically funny. But the thing that I pick up on the most is like, you know, they're still acting like this 5-star system is actually something, you know, when the funny thing is that, you know, nobody who is actually worth anything in the wrestling industry gives a shit about it. It's actually a running joke. Meltzer never even invented it. Jim Cornette did. And I just find it funny that sort of Kenny's kind of still in that little bit of a bubble, whilst within that bubble, he's got incredibly relevant things to say. And then just to finish up on your point, Phil, which I completely agree with, you know, there's a micro and a macro level that you can look at that on in terms of what Kenny was saying, in terms of the points in between the spots, right? That's where match psychology happens. That's what really, like you said, it sells it. That's why it's called selling. And then that actually, for me, moves out and expands into a wider point, which is, you know, dickheads sat there with stopwatches going, why is there only 28 minutes of wrestling in a 2-hour show? It's like, yeah, because stories are more important than the actual wrestling. Like, people tune in. Like, look, we'll talk about it in a minute with Raw. Like, even the people in the crowd, like during one of the segments where there was a lot of promo going off, crowd was silent, not because they went into it, it's because they wanted to absorb every single word. And it's getting to a point in WWE now where actually the promos are selling Raw more than the actual matches. You know, so it's the points in between that gives the context of the entirety of a match. So I couldn't agree more with what Kenny's saying. And you know, I think he sounds like somebody who's had a bit of a, you know, a come to Jesus moment, to be honest, or he's at a point where he's actually showing his true colors. So, you know, maybe because of his medical situation, I mean, diverticulitis is no joke, you know,
Not
absolutely
at all,
no joke whatsoever. And it looks like, you know, he is recovering, albeit very slowly. So obviously, you know, best of luck with that to Kenny, because nobody wants anyone to go through that. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't know, man. I think this actually gives a lot of credence to the rumors that Kenny might move on eventually. And to be honest, I'd just be interested to see how that all would float if that ever happened.
Imagine Kenny versus Roman or something like that. Kenny versus Orton. Oh my God, dude. That match. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sorry.
Then the
Hairline,
inevitable Kenny versus Cody as well,
Yeah,
which would be like, oh, well, there's interesting in WWE, you know?
I'm over here marking out. Hairline, your thoughts on Kenny, just what he said there, basically.
Well, yeah, it's more or less just good to hear that he gets like the actual psychology of wrestling, which obviously, you know, we all knew he did, but
Yeah.
I don't, it's all like I've said this several pods now, and I'm sorry for being the broken record, but it's like it's supposed to be you working the marks out of the money for doing the least amount of shit. So it's all like, it's just like he's stuck with the fan base where he has to fucking murder himself to get over, you know. So
Yeah.
come to WWE, bud. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, for sure. I'm super, super down. And I like Hairline's optimism on that. Yeah, guys. So that was Meltzer's dumb moment of the week. Another L.
Play us out.